Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about comments again because I've had quite a few in the last few videos, and one of them was about this Kakwa 40 pack I'm carrying. Does it sweat? Is it uncomfortable because there's no padding? And yes and no. All packs sweat. This one sweats. The one I carried for years, a ULA, I still have two of them. Circuit, had padding. It sweat. In the certain conditions, you've got a pack on your back, it's going to sweat. So you're not going to cure that problem no matter what you buy. But padding wise, I do put my puffies near the back of this where it meets my back, and I don't know, I never think about it. So that's your goal should be not to even think about having a pack on your back. Get to a weight where it doesn't bother you. Attack each and every little irritant, whether it's a pack or boots or whatever, and get rid of it, because if you're going down the trail, the smallest little irritant can drive you nuts. Maybe you packed your gear in a pack and the thing's squeaking. That can drive you nuts. But oftentimes it's what I call cockpit problems, human error. So you might have bought a pack, that doesn't have the loadout capacity that you're carrying. So this morning I got another comment about an ultralighter that, his pack is 17 ounces. It was a AF light, I believe. And, mine's 30. And then the different things that they were carrying, which I love to hear those comments. I'm always studying ultralighters, but because you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But I don't think I'm going to get to the 10, 12 pound base weight. And if you're going to carry that kind of a pack, that's where you need to be. It's probably a 20 pound loadout max on that pack. It's frameless. I'm not going to a frameless pack unless I got really light. And to get really light, until high tech makes me lighter, you have to start giving up things, and I can't think of anything to give up right now. So anyway, you have to figure out where your irritants are coming from. Is it caused by buying decisions, where you're packing your clothing in your pack? Are you overpacking it, too much weight? There's so many different problems. And so you've got to figure that out and nail it down and get rid of that problem. And really, conditioning is really important. I'm not backpacking today, I'm conditioning. I walk this track a lot, about 3 miles. The ties used to drive me nuts and I'd have to be looking down all the time. But it's another form of conditioning, not just weight-wise, but eventually your head and ass gets wired together and you don't have to be looking down all the time. Your feet know what to do. The human body's pretty amazing, where your feet can talk to your brain and you don't even have to be in the conversation. So also weight-wise, so I'm, the reason that light AF wouldn't work for me is when I hit a resupply point, I'm throwing on 10 pounds of food. My pack's going to be in the 30 pound range. This morning I've got 5 pounds here and 5 pounds here, just weights, because that's the kind of pack weight I'm going to be carrying a lot. As I eat it goes away, but I want to hike all the time with 30 pounds in my pack when I'm just out doing a 2 or 3 day, because I just want to be used to that. So if you're going on vacation once a year and doing a backpacking trip, that conditioning might happen on that vacation if you don't get out and do some exercise. They say the best exercise for backpacking is backpacking. So, load that pack up and get out there. I've always said that one of my favorite books on the AT was Jean Deed's There Are Mountains to Climb. So she was a 50-year-old woman that read in the paper about the AT and thought that was a good idea. quit her job, bought some equipment, but before she went out, she conditioned. She found a football stadium near her and started walking up and down the stairs. And so you might buy just the perfect pack and it still irritates you, but it's not the pack's fault. You're just not used to it. You got to train your muscles to carry that thing. So my suggestion is, before you buy a pack, figure out what category you're in. Are you going to be an ultralighter? Are you going to be middle of the road? Are you going to carry a lot of heavy stuff? And then buy the pack that'll handle that kind of a load. And then make sure you can carry it before you get out there. Go out there and try it. So a lot of hikes end or are miserable because you didn't deal with these things before you started. It becomes a mental problem when things are irritating you. Hot spots on your feet, your pack's hurting your shoulders, something sticking you in the back, you're chafing. These are all things that can be solved before you ever hit the trail if you get out there and practice a little bit. That's just my 2 cents. Keep smiling.